is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all, this
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. Happy Wednesday, everybody. So who watched the Golden Globes last night?
We all did.
Me.
Everybody did their homework?
Yeah.
For the first time ever, Jeff, you're looking right at me. You're not looking at Steph. You're not looking at
I was looking at
you.
Like when you're like, who did your homework last night? And you did it, and you're like, me.
You could tell by my vibe I did my homework.
But you did. You did. Al, watch it. Well, in case you didn't watch at home, we got you covered. Steven Spielberg and his film The Fabelmans won big for Best Motion Picture Drama. On the TV side, Abbott Elementary won a number of awards, including Best Television Series, Musical, or Comedy. The White Lotus also took home the top honor for Best Television Limited Series, but everyone is talking about host Gerard Carmichael. He had a very difficult job, all due to a racism scandal, which meant the show didn't air last year, if you can remember. But was he funny? Here's some of his opening monologue that addressed the elephant in the room. Let's take a look.
I'm here because I'm black. This show, the Golden Globe Awards, did not air last year because the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, which I won't say they were a racist organization, but they didn't have a single black member until George Floyd died. So do with that information what you will.
So Al, it was a little heavy, I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
Heavy, a little risky, right? Was that funny? Does that equate to funny?
He had a tough job in that he had to. It's almost like when they rebooted Star Wars. You got to catch people up to where we are now and why it's important, but then move forward. And I feel like he brought up a lot of heavy subjects, and if anybody's there to, help us understand and give some light to it, it's Gerard. The comedic payoff, I know, wasn't there for a lot of people. I think if you watch Gerard's style and followed his career like I have, because I've known him almost his whole career, his style is more like, he's more of like a storyteller with funny barbs in there, but it's not going to be the Ricky Gervais style where it was just like, oh, we got Stephanie Jones here, joke, 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 joke. Here's Erica, oh, look at you, joke, joke, joke. It's not that style. Right. And so when you have a host that's so out of the box, maybe when you're resetting almost kind of like a franchise like the Golden Globes are, maybe you just want to cleanse that palate about what happened and here we are and then move forward. So I think in that regard, he was the right person. But if you're looking for joke, 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 that's not his style at all. And if you watch him, his Live at the Store on HBO, which I believe Spike Lee directed, his first ever one-hour comedy special, he's sitting down. It's a slow pace. It's not the normal stand-up that you see. So when I could see how a lot of people were surprised by this, but I wasn't.
Yeah, speaking of, you said viewership or maybe resetting. Right. The last time the Golden Globes aired wasn't last year, obviously the year before that. Live viewership was 5.3 million, right? Yesterday was up a little bit. That was a record low. It was 5.4 million of live viewership. So are people still tuning in? Obviously the same number of people are still attracted. Did you think it was a good show last night?
No, I thought the show was a good show. I appreciate Al breaking down the different types of comedy because I think everyone kind of skews to their own thing when we're talking about something like a Golden Globes or actually any award show. I think that people are looking for a little bit more simplicity, less thought in depth. Right. People want things a little bit more in their faces. Also, it's a very diverse crowd watching it, so it's almost like how most newspapers are catering towards the third grade reading level. Right. That could be applied to award shows as well.
All right, so another one of the big themes, Steph, of the award show last night, older actors who maybe thought their careers were over that won awards last night. So Michelle Yeoh won for Best Actress for her role in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Her co-star in the film, Kiwi Kwan, also won for Best Supporting Actor. In his speech, he talked about his success as a child star in Indiana Jones and The Temple of Doom. Yes, same guy. Wondering if his luck has ran out. It clearly has not. He looks great. And Angela Bassett was the first Marvel star to take home a Golden Globe for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. This is her second Golden Globe. She won back in 1994. Pretty much looks exactly the same.
I mean, better.
Yeah, check out what Jennifer Coolidge had to say when she won her award for The White Lotus.
Just you've given me a new beginning. Even this is the end, because you did kill me off, but it doesn't matter, because even if this is the end, you sort of changed my life in a million different ways, and my neighbors are speaking to me, things like that. And no, I mean it. None of those people. I was never invited to one party on my hill, and now everyone's inviting me.
So the show also had, I want to get to her too because her speech was fantastic, had special honors for two Murphys. First, Ryan Murphy got the Carol Burnett Award. He dedicated most of his speech to the highlighting the LGBTQ plus actors, including Billy Porter, Niecy Nash, Matt Bomer, Jeremy Pope, and MJ Rodriguez. And then Eddie Murphy was honored with the Cecil B. DeMille Award. But everyone is talking about the joke he made. Let's take a listen.
Pay your taxes. Mind your business, and keep Will Smith's wife's name mouth.
Eddie fired the first shot, and it's Cecil B. DeMille, not Cecil B. DeMille.
Yes.
Whatever. It's Jeff's hosting.
I mean, it's really, I think we were all just still in awe of what Eddie did, and he kind of let the tension out a little bit. I think we needed that, and I think that only Eddie Murphy could really bring about what we're all anticipating, which is the big stand-up from Chris Rock. But the fact that Eddie mentioned it, and like award shows, we cannot move forward until we address what happened with Will and Eddie. So I mean, with Will and Chris. So I'm excited. I'm glad Eddie went there. He's still such a great stand-up. I'm hoping upon hope that he'll still give us one more special before he's done.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's going to take that shot, I'm glad he was the first.
Yes.
What about Jennifer Coolidge's speech? Did you like that?
I mean, she just gets better and better. She's like a fine wine, better with age. Every time she does anything, she becomes more funny. Like, and I think everyone resonates with her. There's something about her.
What do you think her pull is? Because I feel that.
Oh, she's just so lovable, and she's so self-deprecating.
Yes.
And she's just like fabulous, isn't she? She's just like the most fabulous, over-the-top, eccentric character.
It's real.
Yeah. And I think that's really how she is.
It's a breath of fresh air in
she's
Hollywood
wonderful.
mix of like, you know, you got to give this answer, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, she like says exactly what's on her mind, exactly what she's thinking. She doesn't aim to please anyone. She's just literally poking fun at herself, and I think that's why she's done so incredibly well. She deserves it. She absolutely stole the show of The White Lotus, both seasons. Stole the show.
Were you going to go anywhere with that or no?
No, I think she said it all.
Yeah, all right. Well, you wanted to jump in there. All right, there are a ton of very mixed reactions to the Golden Globes on social media. It seemed a lot of people felt the show was too woke and boring. One person tweeted, "The woke Golden Globes replaced the Golden Globes. Embarrassing." Wow, silence. That joke didn't get anything? It was kind of funny. But what'd you think? Did you think it was a little woke in any of your eyes?
Erica, I want to hear from you.
I think that we've had so many discussions about the word woke and what it means. I think in this context, if you aren't able to be flexible in your thought, maybe just say we need to simplify it. I don't think we need to use the word woke, to be quite honest.
Right.
I think a lot of times people use it because they aren't flexible thinkers, and that's okay. Not everyone is, but I don't think that automatically makes something woke.
I would agree it's not the right word to use, but I think the sentiment that I picked up, maybe not even from that tweet, that was a little rough, but just in general from a lot of people, is like sometimes you just want to let it fly a little bit. And it used to be the Golden Globes, just like when we all get together and we're like, hey, we're all at Erica's house, put your phone in the basket near the door, we're gonna have some fun in here. I think the Golden Globes used to be that, where it's just like, for once, let's just like have some fun. We all die at the end of this. Let's have some fun in this life. And the Golden Globes was that place to kind of let your hair down. You know, and there was definitely more steps to protect people's feelings, which I'm here for. But protecting feelings means that you're going to dampen a little bit of that humor and a little bit of that wow factor. So, you know, both can be true. And, you know, I can see one person being like, hey, we don't want to offend anybody. But also at the same time, somebody like, hey, I remember when we used to let it fly. Where's Ricky? You know, let's get the drinks flowing. Neither one's wrong in that situation.
Some people like that, some people like this. You're never going to make everybody happy.
And the other dog's like, what do you want from me?
Oh, yeah. A little Goodfellas line in there. I want to get that painting.
Yes.
This dog goes that way, this dog goes this way. A couple people got that joke. Coming up on DBL, we're going to keep talking about the Golden Globes with the best and worst dressed of the night. What does our resident fashionista, Steph, think? Plus, is Austin Butler still talking like Elvis after playing him in a film? Why some say his voice has totally changed in real life. It's a new year and DBL is all the talk.
Let's get it going.
We had a lot to talk about last year.
I'm flexing every day.
And we're not stopping in 2023. I'll see you guys on the flip side.
Wait, and I believe, Steph, you said you like Goodfellas, right?
I do.
So in case,
I was his painting.
Yes.
Here, so in my Amazon shopping cart list, I don't know if you guys know what Al was talking about. So if you remember Goodfellas, this was the painting in Goodfellas. And then he goes, I like that painting. One dog goes this way, one dog goes this way, and this guy goes, what do you want from me? That's my favorite line. Al just threw that reference out, and I got it because I want to get that painting for my house. But that was so obscure. Why did you say that?
I don't know, because something like the cadence in which you said something made me think of it. And then so I just said it. I was like,
that was great.
Of all people, Jeff will get this.
I got it. Yeah, that was a great line.
Yeah,
that was a great line. I'm going to get that painting for my house.
That's
so
such a great scene.
It is a great scene. But what were we talking about? You stole the moment. And I'm glad you got it too. No one else. Did you know what we were talking about?
So good.
Yeah.
No?
But you do like Goodfellas?
I do like Goodfellas. I've not seen it in a long time, but I do like it.
So the Oscars is March 12th.
What's your favorite scene in Goodfellas?
Oh my gosh. Like where people, like where the, I don't want to say it.
Okay, well, yes, we will.
Because I might get in trouble.
Well, yes, there's
we're doing Oscars.
You know the scene I'm talking about on the balcony? Do you know what I mean? Oh no, I'm thinking about Scarface.
Oh, yes.
My brain went somewhere completely different. I was thinking about Scarface.
Goodfellas with Joe Pesci.
Yeah. No. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's so many where they've got like the fur coats and they're all like hiding stuff in the house and like they're getting raided. The wives like beating them up. I mean, there's so much where they're like, how could you do this? And like all the girlfriends. There is so many.
It was just a different way that people. It was like we're all human beings, but totally different way to live life. Like I'm a guy. I have a wife. I have 2 girlfriends. My wife knows about them. There's a guy in my trunk.
There's literally a man in the trunk.
I get nervous driving around with like an old expired tag on my car.
Welcome back. There are a few more moments from the Golden Globes last night that have everyone talking. Up first, this is kind of funny. Austin Butler won for Best Actor for his role in the film Elvis, but check out his voice during his acceptance speech. It sounds like he's really channeling the king. Take a look.
And lastly, Elvis Presley himself, you were an icon and a rebel, and I love you so much. Thank you. You are remembered, and I will never forget.
That was queued up so perfect. That was great. So is that really how he normally sounds? Here's how he used to speak and his explanation for why his voice has changed.
I love 90s grunge style. Red flannels and ripped up jeans and leather coats and stuff. You couldn't be more excited.
I don't know, when you live with something for 2 years and you do nothing else, you can't help but it becomes a fiber of your being, you know?
We had to talk.
Okay.
It's intense.
So Steve Gallagher, who's our audio guy, mentioned the idea that this was 10 years before that we got the first clip. So his voice could have changed, which is true. I mean, he's a young man. He would have been 21 then. But my theory is completely different. I think that he got so much play with this new voice and the cadence that he was like, I am not going back. I live here now. And I am Elvis 2.0. And I don't begrudge him for that. You can all think of someone. I can think of somebody in my life right now that I made a comment about their style changing, and it has not switched back since. And they were right to listen to me. You are welcome.
Pretty good theory, Steph. What do you think?
I just think what's going to happen when he gets another role, he's going to have to change it again. He can't just be Elvis forever.
I would like to see Elvis, but it's Elvis in space. Elvis, who's a pool player. Like, yeah, just take Elvis and
not
put him in that
Elvis
role.
in space.
Yeah. Wait, now, Jeff, really quickly, we know, Steph, I got to have you do an American accent really quickly.
Oh, my gosh. What can I even say? Tony, where's the pizza? What you doing?
There we go.
She played off the Goodfellas thing.
Italian or Southern? I love it.
Yeah, go Southern. Do the Valley. Do the Valley.
Oh, like totally. And then I was going down to grab a salad, and I was like calling up Cam, and I was like, come on, there's too much Caesar on this.
That was was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Then it just went to a Kardashian.
Yeah, no, Valley means Kardashian, and that's it.
Stephanie in space. All right, we got to get to this quickly. Brad Pitt was sitting front and center last night with his Babylon co-stars that included Margot Robbie, but it seemed like he was a big distraction for people on stage. Austin Butler thanked Brad during his acceptance speech, as well as many others, calling him his hero, and Quinta Brunson completely stopped her speech for him. Let's take a look.
Brad, I love you.
Comedy gives us all the same laugh. Hey, Brad Pitt. And right there.
Like I said, everybody mentioned him, including Regina Hall. Let's check out her moment.
I think they got my name wrong. Yeah, it's Mrs. Pitt. Brad is right here, so I'm so sorry, honey. No, really, that was really disrespectful. He's angry. Look at him.
I like those moments, the real moments, the non-scripted moments. Right?
Rihanna got a lot of play like that too. People want to be sure. I mean, you get an opportunity to like address Rihanna.
Right.
Like, address her. Plus, she is in her moment. Super Bowl, here we come, girl.
Yes.
She looks incredible.
They both look good. They both look good.
I mean, Mum and Dad came out and did not disappoint, did they? They look great.
Mom and Dad. Yeah.
Wow. They look great.
It's weird that like time just keeps going. You look at Rihanna, you're like, oh, she's a mom now. You're like, oh, good for you. Time is rolling on.
Man, you don't. I mean, so many people look. Angela Bassett, just a name, but Eddie Murphy looked fantastic.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
He looked like the old Eddie.
People aren't aging.
What do you mean the old Eddie?
Like,
What do you think
like
he's going to come out in like a wheelchair or something?
Well, I mean, he looks like he's playing Beverly Hills Cop. He should look like a little like Morgan Freeman, a little wetter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Morgan Freeman's looked like Morgan Freeman for 40 years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, coming up on DBL, from Jennifer Hudson to Billy Porter, we're talking all about the looks from last night's Golden Globes.
Cupcakes, pancakes, omelets, any recipe calling for eggs seems to require a little extra lettuce right now. Queries for why are eggs so expensive are a top search topic online. So is the price of eggs going up, and why? Let's verify. We turned to several sources that confirmed yes, on average, a carton of eggs costs you a lot more than typical. The USDA charts egg prices across the country. 2022 ended with the average cost for a dozen large eggs nationwide at $5.40. That's about $4 more than at the beginning of the year. And that's not even considering the typically higher priced varieties like free-range organic. Chris Mullins with Virginia State University explains the two main reasons: an outbreak of avian flu that's devastated flocks and farms. The USDA has confirmed cases in nearly every state in the country since October.
So that's been the big factor that's really caused a shortage of eggs.
And the increased cost of grain, fuel, and other resources that keep farms going.
If we are in an inflated state and prices are higher, that coupled with the less layers and less potential eggs is a perfect storm.
The newest USDA report out this week shows 2023 began with a dip in egg prices overall. Locally, we're talking about $4.65 for a carton of large eggs, still about $2.80 more than the average price over the last 10 years, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data. But Mullins points out, headed in the right direction.
We hope to see that downtrend to continue, that we see that maybe through the first quarter here in 23, it'll start to really go down.
With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Nice shot of the back of my head, buddy.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We can't talk about the Golden Globes without breaking down some of the fashion. Steph, who stood out to you?
Well, just like the Golden Globe statue itself, there were a lot of glittery gowns on the red carpet, starting with Jennifer Hudson, who looked stunning in this gold metallic mirror-tiled dress by New York designer C.D. Green. Then we've got Golden Globe winner Angela Bassett at 64, looking the most confident and glamorous I've ever seen her in this silver sleeveless dress. Michelle Yeoh also brought her A game with this strapless midnight blue Armani Privé gown with a tiered sequin skirt that was covered in crystals. Then we've got Niecy Nash. She was slaying in this plum bejeweled Dolce & Gabbana gown with a matching taffeta cape. But reviews were really mixed about Heidi Klum's silver and purple feather mini dress. Some people think it was terrible. Some people thought it was perfection.
Terrible? What was terrible about it?
I don't know why people hate on it so much. I think she looks incredible.
Is it not the style of dress for this show?
I think it's a red carpet. You can wear pretty much whatever you want to wear. I mean, it is a bit different, but I think that's what Heidi's known for. Right. I mean, she turns up to her own events dressed as a worm. I don't know what people expect. She looks great. And then other red carpet trends, we've got a lot of ruffles going on. So Julia Garner wore this pink gown with a tiered ruffled skirt and a small train. And we've got Michelle Williams. She took ruffles to a whole other level in this creamy white Gucci gown. For me, it's a bit much. It looks like a box of tissues gone wrong.
Yeah, I don't love it, but I like
not for me.
I like the color.
Yeah, no. And then we've got my favorite, Jenna Cortega from the hit show Wednesday. She's just a Gucci goddess in this light brown drapey dress. It's like this
dare I say, is that the dress of the night?
I think it probably was,
I've
to be
never
honest.
seen a, I mean,
she has stolen, look at the hair, those, like the feathery bangs and layers, the Tiffany jewelry. The abs needed to wear that deserve an award by themselves.
Yes.
That is effort.
True.
So, yeah, we're zooming on to something else. We're talking about Donald Glover, also having a different take on a top.
Well, we got to go back to Billy Porter. We got to go back to Billy. There's Donald Glover. All right.
Yeah, there he is. He looks like a taekwondo teacher that's like put on a plush jacket.
Let's do Billy Porter first, because I think it's important to explain why he wore that dress, right?
So he wore...
Ryan Murphy told him to wear that dress that he wore, the iconic one. But take it away,
He wore it to the Oscars 4 years ago, but obviously not in this colour. So this time it's fuchsia instead of black. And I mean, he is such a fashion icon. He can literally wear whatever he wants. But because of that, I always like to see him push the boundary again.
Yeah.
So he really pushed it 4 years ago when he first wore this exact look. So I like to see him evolving, you know?
I was making excuses for him because usually he's fashion forward. Right. But he's doing this as a favor.
This is still fashion forward. He still looks great. I mean, let's be honest, how many people can wear that and pull it off?
Well, it's Siriano, and you can also see more details in it this time than in the black.
Yeah, I think in fuchsia for sure you can see more detail, but again, I'd like to see.
Can you imagine being such a trendsetter that you wear that to a red carpet and somebody would be like, I wish you'd push the envelope. Like that's how you know you are a fashion icon. Yeah.
And we saw, two other people that I absolutely loved. So, well, one I didn't love actually, which is sad. Margot Robbie wearing Chanel. I think we've got a picture of her, do we? There she is on the right, and Jessica Chastain wore Oscar de la Renta. This gorgeous, you can't really see in this photo, but it's almost like a sheer sequin spider cobweb. I
kind of like it.
It's absolutely incredible. The detail on that is fantastic. But Margot Robbie, I just feel it's like playing it really safe.
I like it.
I just think it's so safe, and she's so stunning. She can wear literally anything.
Yeah.
Steph, is there something to, like, depending on if you're nominated and for what, if you should dress up or dress a little more
I think it depends who's sponsoring you, and she's under the house of Chanel, and it's a Chanel gown, so they'll have a big influence on what she can wear and what they want her to be seen in, you know?
Yeah, Margot Robbie. Bleh. I'm just kidding. I'm feeling fantastic. We'll be right back.
As you try to get rich quick, be careful because scammers may be trying to get rich off of you. Let's verify. Are there lottery scams around large jackpots like the one in Mega Millions? Our sources are Mega Millions, Powerball, the Better Business Bureau, and the Federal Trade Commission. Scammers have a history of targeting people who play lottery games, including Mega Millions and Powerball. On its website, Mega Millions warns of one particular tactic, a phone call, text, or email informing that you've won and asking for either payment or your personal information to claim the prize. And you don't have to buy a ticket to be scammed. Mega Millions also warns scammers could claim to be past winners looking to share their money in exchange for information. Both Mega Millions and Powerball say they do not reach out to prize winners. The FTC and the Better Business Bureau say signs of a scam include being asked for personal information or to send money to pay fees or taxes on the prize. So, yes, there are lottery scams particularly around large jackpot games like Mega Millions. Our sources recommend contacting your state's attorney general and the FTC if you think you've been scammed. You can report scams to the FTC by going to reportfraud.ftc.gov. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter helps you distinguish between true and false information by answering your questions. It provides fast facts on trending topics, spotlights major stories, and even includes a daily fun fact for all those trivia buffs out there. Get Verify's fast facts delivered every weekday to your email inbox. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out.
Bryan Kohberger made his first court appearance in an Idaho courtroom on January 5th after he was accused of killing 4 college students 2 months earlier. Leading up to his appearance, social media users began sharing Reddit posts that they claim were written by the suspect. The posts say, "I am inviting you to participate in a research project that seeks to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision-making when committing a crime." The poster identified himself as Bryan Kohberger, and the posts were shared in subreddits like ex-cons and prisons. So, let's verify. Did Bryan Kohberger write the posts on Reddit asking for help researching why people commit crimes? Our sources are court documents filed in Leda County District Court in Idaho, DeSales University, and a review of Internet Archives of Reddit using the Wayback Machine. The posts on Reddit appeared in June and have since been removed from the platform. Prosecutors introduced an affidavit written by Moscow, Idaho police, which confirmed the Reddit posts were made by Kohberger. Using the Wayback Machine, we were able to look at the original post. They included a DeSales University email address for Bryan Kohberger. DeSales confirms Kohberger was a student there until 2022, where he earned his bachelor's in psychology and a master's in criminal justice. So, yes, Bryan Kohberger did post on Reddit asking for help researching why people commit crimes. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. If you're looking to remodel your bathroom, there are some things that you can do to help you get everything right the first time. We're talking about it in today's tips, sponsored by Jacuzzi. First, always get in a bathtub before you buy it. Next, don't do it yourself if you can't. Hire a professional for anything you're not sure about. And finally, most importantly, buy well, buy once. Spend a little extra on higher quality so you don't need to replace it later. If you want to start your remodel, Jacuzzi can help you do it the right way with a spa-like experience. Jacuzzi offers an unmatched, stress-free remodeling process. Visit JacuzziBathRemodel.com or call 800-523-1523. Speaking of 800, it's Ira's birthday. I'm just kidding, Ira. We love you, buddy. He's our camera guy. We give him a hard time around here, but he's been here since day one. We love you, buddy. We love you. Happy birthday.